always prepare for life's experiences. That's how you
You
do it.
sure? You
100%. Let's
sure?
go.
Buenas noches, buenos dias, buenas tardes. Hello, how are you and how are you doing? How's your weekend? How is the life? How is your weather treating you? Because right now, my butt needs a massage. Slipping and falling on ice is not fun. And right now, I'm telling you, if I could have somebody come up and just, rub that pain out, don't think dirty. I would be very happy. But talking about dirty and rubbing pains out, let's bring in my co host for tonight, the one and only, my very good friend, somebody I appreciate a lot. And he's got his Beetlejuice shirt on tonight. So let's bring him on in, the one and only, the voice of power, MC Bacon. Bienvenido, mi hermano.
The simple fact that you called this Beetlejuice, 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 that's what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, what it do? What it do? As my also favorite good friend of mine and co-host here at the Rock Out the Tommy Stripes for today. Shout outs to everybody. Hope you had a great day so far. Um, it's cold as a motherfucker right now. Apparently, it's supposed to be a big storm. Haven't seen the snow yet. Kind of liking that. Kind of not. But we always embrace and take on the weather as we do. But as it's cold outside, we're bringing the heat up in here. You know how we do. Mendez, what are we talking about today, man?
My brother, it's not about what we're talking about today, but how much are we frozen today?
Oof,
Seriously, we got hit with snow already. I don't
really?
know how much or not how much. Trust me, I'm
Damn.
gonna post it up a little bit later today. We're leaving
Okay.
having my dad's birthday lunch.
Oh, nice.
So shout out to my dad. Happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday, Dad.
I
Yes,
hope you
sir.
had fun. And before we go on, I'm gonna tell you something. I don't talk a bunch about my dad because, well, he's my daddy. Guys are guys, and my dad's an old school dude. It's, be a man. So I kind of respect his views. I'm not okay with half of it, but I respect it because he's still my dad. He turns around. We've been arguing with my sister to see, who's the favorite, who's mommy's
Ah,
favorite, daddy's favorite. They
right,
turn
right, right.
around and she's like, "Happy birthday, dad!" Blah blah blah. So me, being the gentleman that I am and trying to be a good son, I turn around and I waited till midnight. We stayed up last night till midnight. Apart from the event that I was at, and I messaged him. I'm like, "Happy birthday, daddy! I hope your 17th plus X amount of years turn around and make you very happy and wiser, healthier. And at some point, just remember your eldest son loves you."
Hook, line, and sinker. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
dad was a little bit happy. I don't call him daddy. I don't. I
Mm,
don't. And you know what? That's not something I've ever called him. It's always been dad, papa, or
yeah.
a pal or whatever,
Yeah.
but never daddy. Never, never, never. In my 44 years of knowing the man, actually him knowing me,
Yeah.
I've never.
Caught that.
Mom, yeah, mama, mommy, whatever the fuck she's my mother. So whatever comes from my heart, I call her. By him, it's always dad.
Awesome.
Papa or apa. So yeah, I just had
Yeah.
to throw
It's
that
you
one
know
out.
what? It's kind of funny. Not funny, but it's sometimes when it's the power of words and how you use them. Like you just hit on the example. Like for me, same with me. Like my father, God rest his soul. I had a good relationship with him, even though he wasn't really around me a lot growing up. But I learned a lot from him. I gather a lot of the traits I have as a man I got through him. So when I see him, I said when he was alive and stuff, I call him daddy. I call him dad, and there's always for me there's always a little bit of a significance between the two. Like when you
There
when
is.
you say when you say daddy, it's like it takes on a whole different meaning. Like what for me, if like when I call my dad daddy, it's like He like he's fun. He's around. He he makes you laugh. You do things together and stuff like that. But then when you call daddy, you call him dad. That's the stamp. He's a man's man. He he's all about working hard and enjoying the fruits of your labor. Um, stand up for your family. Stand up for yourself. That type of role or characteristics come with that naming of your father. You know what I mean? So it's kind of cool that you just mentioned that because it reminded me of how I used to view my dad as me growing up as a young man and everything else and so on. And like it's funny because even with my grandmother, like I say when I talk to people, oh my grandmother does this, my grandma does that. But when she was alive and I was with her, I call her mom, not
Yeah.
mom, mom, like mum, like mummy. So it's good that people realize the significance between saying dad and calling him daddy because I think fathers all over with their sons and daughters and yourself because you're a parent, so you would know. It's like it's one of those things where you really feel it. So I'm pretty sure when your father read that message that you sent him, he felt that and knew
Oh, for
where
sure.
and knew it was coming from a real place when you mentioned that. So that's good
Yeah,
on you.
no,
Good
for
on you.
sure. My dad, that's one thing. You know what? My dad, as men and with the older generations, and we're going completely off of what we were supposed to talk today,
As
but as
way,
men in older generations, we tend, or they tend to, not show affection. There's a
right?
lot of, cold heartedness, strong, I'm the man. And I get it because that's what they were raised. That's how they were raised. I'm a little different in that sense as a dad because I hug my kids. I annoy the heck out of my kids. You see me how I am with my son.
Mm-hmm.
I will pick at him, I'll poke him, I'll pinch him, I'll hug him, I'll kiss him. I don't care if he's 20, 30, 40, 50. I'm going to hug him, I'm going to kiss him. Even with my girls. My
Mm-hmm.
girls, it's with my girls, it's a little bit different because they're girls, obviously, and you got to have a whole different world of respect with them.
Yes, of course.
But I do tease them, I do bug them, and when my girls call me daddy, it's usually okay. What do you want for my wallet?
Yep.
Okay. When my oldest one, she calls me dad. They all call me dad, but my oldest
Yeah.
one, when I know she goes and she's trying, and I love her for this, she'll go and she's like, Papa. It's like, okay,
Papa. Oh
what
wow.
do you want from me? What do you need me to teach you? Who do you want me to
Wow.
defend you from?
See, it's not only the word, but how it's
Hmm.
brought out. It's not Papa, Papa.
Oh yeah, like I know with her, I know
Oh
when
man, that's awesome.
she'll come up and when we're on good terms, she literally to her I'm daddy,
Right.
dad. She's never hesitated, and that's one thing I love about her. My younger one, I've always been dad. Or if we're in a good mood and I know she's happy and things are cool with her, it's dude.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, she literally comes up like,
You
"Hey,
guys,
dude,
you
how you
guys got
doing?"
you guys got that relationship good. Good. That's
Oh
good.
yeah, like even this morning, I'm in bed, bro. I just want to sleep. I've had a long night. Like yeah, I'll tell you about the quinceañera I did afterwards. However, you know how it is after you've worked an event, you just want to
Hmm.
rest.
Yes, sir.
My grandson and her come into my room, and I looked at her. I'm like, "Can I help you?" She grabs my pillow, just chills there, lays down next to me. My grandson's on the other side, poking at me, bugging me. I'm like, "Don't you guys have your own room? Like, don't y'all have your own bed?"
Hey,
Like,
they
I'm
want that
tired. I've worked.
beginning of the end, bro. That's it.
And he looks at me. Oh yeah, straight up, guy. Like that's how it feels some days.
Hmm.
He looks at me, Grandpa. I'm like, what? I'm like, okay, well, your mother's there. Yo, get her up. Don't bug me. I'm like, y'all go eat. Leave me alone. She looks at me, Dad, do you want me to make breakfast? Dude, are you gonna drive me today? Like, we've got things to do today. Grandpa's lunch is at this time. Like, you're gonna be there with me, or am I going alone, or what are we doing? And I let her. I've given her, and it's gonna sound bad, but I've given my kids that permission to be free with me. I've given them that love for them to be able to say, like my son will come up, is like, yo, dad, I kind of like this girl. Okay, talk to me about her. Let's And then of course, me being me who I am, I tease them about it. Same with my girls. If they come up, it's like, yo, I'm this and that. I give them that right. I give them that permission to be open because I don't want them hiding from me. I don't want them to be fearful of it. Yeah, there's some things they hide because, of course, dude, I'm 44. I'm scared to tell my mama some things. Not because
Yeah,
she's,
it's true. Yeah, it's
she's
true.
my mama.
Hmm.
I'll go up and I'll talk to my dad about anything,
Yeah,
and it's chill.
yeah,
But one thing I will not bring up with my dad, and it's straight up, I'm telling you, I can't do the sexual jokes with my dad.
for real.
Like my son will come up and he'll drop it, and you guys have heard him. The crew has heard him. He'll come up and drop one-liners, and I don't care.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah,
it's a different generation.
yeah. That's what it is, right? At the end of the day, it's like you're saying. You're touching on generations. It's always been, I guess, the stereotypical but reality based way of living. You know, a, ma-
Yeah,
a man's man back in the day is like, okay, keep your elbows off the table, tuck in your shirt. Just like, hey, it's 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 not military but modern. You know what I mean? But
no, with
it's
my dad, it was my dad. See, that's the thing. Like my dad's dad, general back home.
oh, okay,
Okay, so and his stepmother was a duchess. So it's
okay,
there's no grandpa was he was
right,
chiller with us because he didn't get to see us much. But the
okay.
rest of the grandkids that grew up next to him, you grab your fork this way, you eat this way, you have to chew this amount of times before you
Oh,
swallow. You
wow.
have grandpa was
No, so the strictness level was at an all time
oh
high.
brother. Even to this day, have you been to Captain's Boil?
No, I've heard of it though.
Okay, so you gotta
Never.
eat with your hands. You gotta eat with your
Yes,
hands.
yeah.
I don't give a shit about eating with my hands. And like my mom pointed out, you're a chef. You're in the fucking kitchen. You're gonna try something. Yes, you have to be respectful. Use a spoon, this and that. But if you're cooking for the family, fuck the spoon. You just grab it. Okay, it tastes
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
Go.
yeah. Of
So,
course.
but dad literally took almost a year of me telling him that that's where I'm taking him for his birthday. So for his birthday last week, I took him and I said to him, I want you to try this. I know you like seafood.
Mm.
So I took him to Captain's Boil and he's looking at him. He's like, was it a cutlery?
No way. this. I, wait,
He
wait. Before you
went,
say,
I
before you
kid
say
you
anything
not.
else, before you
I
say
kid
anything
you
else,
not. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
this, this is what he do. He fucked up.
No shit.
I
He
just thought that was
literally,
a
a
funny.
week before, my mom was warning him what it's all about.
You're right.
Okay. Because
That's
we've gone with
awesome.
my mom. I love taking my mom there.
Yeah.
So my mom's warning him that he's gonna have to eat it with his hands. That's how it is.
Right.
And she's going through all the motions and everything. And she's like, your son's not gonna let you just have the $10 fucking daily special. He's gonna make sure he goes out for you. He's gonna make sure that you enjoy the full thing. You take the full thing in.
Yeah.
He
Experience.
went
Yeah.
out. I kid you not. During the week went out to buy a box, one of those little boxes with the recyclable cutlery, so
Yeah.
he could
Yeah.
bring it. We're
Awesome.
sitting down. I'm not kidding you. We're sitting down. He's like, I don't know what to order. I'm like, listen, I got you. I know what you like. I'll order it for you. My mom's like, no, 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 no. I'm like, listen, it's my dad. I know what he eats, and he can trust me. Food comes up, and he's looking and looking and looking and looks up. My mom's like, did you bring me my little box? I'm like, little box. I didn't know at this moment. None of us knew.
Right. Right. Right.
And I look over him like, little box of what? He's like, don't get mad at me. And he looks up. My mom's like, shoving her. I'm not kidding you. He's literally putting the elbow on my mom, and my mom's like, "Y vos que putas?" Straight up. Huh? I'm like, what's wrong with you two?
You
My
no
dad's
way.
like, he says it in Spanish. He's like, "Y mi cajita? Where's my little box?" I'm like, yo, what are you talking about? Like, yo, don't get perverted. Like, the kids are here. Like, come
Right.
on.
Right. Right.
And
Right.
everybody stopped and we're all looking at the two of them. And mom's like, I left it at home. And I look
Wow.
at dad. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, I did this and this. Don't get mad at me. I'm like, you seriously? I'm like,
Yep.
there's gloves. I'm like, there's gloves. Um, um, I looked at my mom. I'm like, back home we say this, and it's like to say excuse me, but instead of just saying excuse me, which would be con permiso,
So yeah,
we
yeah, yeah.
we turn around and say con permiso, hijo Monchito, pero este ya tiene hambre y va a agarrar.
Oh wow.
Okay, so right away I grab and he's like, "You're not even putting gloves on." And I looked at him. I'm like, what? What's wrong with the sauce, dude? He's like, and you're gonna put your hand back in there? My siblings started howling.
Wow.
My dad, they're like, grandpa, grandpa, and then my kids are looking at me. I'm like, I look at them, grab and eat. I don't want to hear it. Today, you're going to enjoy yourself. Because when you were, and I point out my grandson, I'm like, when you were that age, you must have grabbed something with your hands because we all do it.
Yep.
So just chill. Today, you're that year old. He looks at my grandson, I was like, I guess I gotta eat like you. He just looks at him and smiles, like, okay, whatever. He got that eating his stuff. He starts carefully, fearfully, like, am I like, what the hell? And then all of a
Yeah.
sudden, he's just going at it. Forget the never
Yeah.
again. Forget
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
dale,
Yeah.
mijo.
That's
Inside,
it.
both my mom and I were like, my mom's like, you know what? Here's my rice too. You can have it. Enjoy your meal. And we just watched him eat because we know he
That's
never
good.
just
That's
no,
awesome.
no. But yeah,
That's
guy, like going back to that, yeah, it's a whole generational thing. It's whole. We're gonna get to it more on a Father's Day special that I'm already planning, just so you know.
sounds good. Yeah. Yep.
I want to see if I can have a couple of dads in here with us for that. Same for Mother's Day, bring
Awesome.
a couple of moms. Um,
Nice.
just because it's special, right? And it's different.
Yeah.
It's different. Sometimes we don't realize how important it was to them.
Yeah.
What we do and they see wrong of us.
Yeah.
Or we see and look at it as it's archaic now.
Yeah. And
Speaking of
that one moment in time for them is something that they'll remember. And
mm-hmm,
just a simple fact, like what you touched on earlier, your kids will love you for the fact that you give them that freedom to come to you, and not in a fearful way, but in a loving way, regardless of what the subject may be or whatever it is that they want.
and that's the whole thing. I've always believed that you know what, you should be able to have a connection with your kids.
Mm-hmm.
You should be able to have a connection with your parents. Yes, as a dad, I'm a pain in the ass, and I demand certain things out of them. But you
Mm-hmm.
know what? At some point, you got to let them make their own mistakes.
Yep.
It's hard. It's hard. Trust me, it's hard because I've seen my kids stumble. I've seen them have to get up. I've seen them be heartbroken. The worst thing for you as a parent is when you first see them get their heart broken.
Yeah.
Because no matter what you say, no matter what you do, you can't fix that.
No, you can't. Nope.
No matter how much you want to jump, trust me. With my girls, it was a little different because they had all their aunt and grandma to be there and understand the female psyche and how to help them out.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
for my boy, first time he had his butt handed to him, the girls literally had their all, women being women and having their voice, let's say, because I don't want to use the words I want to.
Yeah.
And when he
Yep.
comes up to me, Dad, this happened to him. What are you gonna say? As a man, do you want to put him in his place? As a dad, do you hold his hand? As a human being, do you make him snap out of it? Like, what do you do?
Yeah. Oh, you know what? At the end of the day, it's you can do one of those three options that you mentioned, or you can realistically put them all together. Now, I'll explain what I mean. Like, unfortunately, I'm not a parent yet, but you know, I've seen close people, friends of mine, my like family and stuff like that, go through different hardships and everything else and so on. And there's only a point in time where you can comfort and show that, okay, you know what, yes, this happens. You can explain, how things go in regards to heartbreak, stuff like that, and always never give up on them, and always believe in them that things will get better. So the holding hand part, I would say, have that in the beginning, where, yeah, your son's heartbroken. Fuck yeah, this happened. That da 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 da. Fuck. Okay, you know what, man? Listen, that holding hand stage, as I'm gonna call it now, as we're talking about it, that's the stage where you let your son know, no matter what, you're here for him. No matter what, you're here. No matter what heartbreak, whatever situation, good or bad, I'm always gonna be here. Because once you have that, like you said, the connection with your son or your daughter, whatever it is, they will always feel that they can come to you. They'll always feel they can come to you about anything and everything. That's the hold hand stage.
And it's hard because as they grow up, you're the one, at least in my aspect, I'm a single dad. And it's not that I'm trying to promote it or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's hard because, brother, you're the one that has to be hard on them. You're the one that has to put them in their place, talk to them, deal with school, deal with everything. And then when you get to that moment that you want them to trust you, there's huge hesitation sometimes from kids. And I don't believe, and I'm the one. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know that some of our listeners are gonna get mad. You know what? There's first, second, and third. Everybody doesn't get an award. I
Mhm.
literally turned around. We were at school. My daughter didn't win. But daddy, I said to her, you didn't win. Just try harder next year. Yeah, but I want an award. I'm like, okay, well then you got to fight for it. Then the teacher comes around and starts giving the not the participation, but I said something else.
Mhm.
And I looked at her. I'm like, you ain't taking that home. But you ain't taking that home. Why? Did you win it? No. So have self respect. When you win, have the self respect to be humble enough and say thank you.
Right.
But if you didn't win it, have the self respect to know that you didn't win and you need to try harder or you need to change your tactics. No cheating, no BS. But I do not want you bringing something home that you haven't truthfully earned because it's not fair to you. Oh, but daddy, I want it. So you can have it, but it's not coming to my house. No. And you know what? It was a hard lesson for her, my son, my middle one, and my son. Because and then it's not because I'm trying to talk her up, but the oldest one won a few awards and she won a couple of things. Good for her. She worked hard for it. She got it. Now you do you. You're not her. She's definitely not you. Yeah, but she won. Yes, but was she humble about it, or did she gloat? Because if you're going to be one of those winners that gloats, what are you winning? Yeah, you accomplished it, but are you real? Are you going to respect the people that you just beat? You got to be real.
Yeah.
It's tough love, I know, but
But it's
sometimes,
needed. It's needed. It's none of this so like being soft and everything else. It's a nonchalant thing when it comes to, you know let letting your kids know that, hey, you got something, or you've won something, or you've done something. It's all about how you handle it after it's happened,
yeah. Like
and
I
how
told my
you.
daughter, my oldest son, I'm proud of her. I'm proud of the three of them.
Yeah.
She did her thing. She lives on her own. She maintains herself. She's got a great career. She lives at the other end of the world, if you ask me, because she's in Vancouver. But I'm proud of her because she's accomplished it. Daddy didn't give her nothing. Mommy didn't give her nothing. She did it.
Yeah.
So how can I turn around and not stand proud for what my child's done?
hundred
Same with the
percent.
other two. They've done what they've done, and you have to give them their moment because, and I see it all the time. Oh, and I hate to use George Lopez's freaking words, but I have to. Oh my God, Tyler, you fell. Mom, it's just a scrape. Tyler, I'm gonna come and take care of you. You fell. Okay, he fell. Let him get up. Oh, coach, she pushed my baby too hard. It's football.
Those are the breaks. A lot of
I'm
people won't take
sorry.
it. A lot of people won't take that in, but you hit a very valid point with that, because it drives the lesson learned that, hey, if I fall, I'm going to stay there because I'm expecting someone to always help me.
How many times do we fall? And this, I'm going to be very open. And I know you. I hope you're going to be as open as I am with this. How many damn times have you seen my ass fall, and I still get up?
Plenty.
How many times have you fallen, and you know what? We see you get up.
A lot of times. A lot. There's been
And you know,
a lot of things in my life that I've hit I've hit rock bottom a couple of times, and just with the perseverance of myself, my people around me. There's some stuff I've done in my past. Like, I was so stupid. Like, one main one, like I've always talked about before, was my DUI back 8-10 years ago. The biggest mistake I made was getting behind the wheel of my car after working at that club, not 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 considering that I can injure myself, I can injure others, or kill someone, or kill myself. And I remember having nightmares of scenarios of that night and what would have happened. And it's I got chewed up by my best friend. I got chewed up by other people and everything else. Like, the the club owner came to me and was like, "Man, dude, I think, what's going on?" And it was just one of those where I thought that I wouldn't be able to see that type of see that I can improve and do better, because that night really scared me, and other situations I've been in with, either with relationships or anything else, man. And I've always felt that, oh, I'm never enough, or I don't think I'm gonna get to the point where I feel that I want to get to in life, in regards to relationships or situations. But with what my grandma always taught me is, always rest with your stress and put your stress to rest. And the concept of that is, you know, stress is not going anywhere. That's a part of everyday
no matter
life.
which way you like it.
Yeah, it's no matter how small or how big, it's always there. But
Did you
what?
know? Did you know that even being happy is stress?
Yeah, of course.
Some people
Because
don't
when
know
you're
that.
it's
They don't
because when you're not.
differentiate it.
Yeah, it's when you're happy, it's stressful, because how long you can keep up that happiness before one starts to falter. And if you're not used to that, that's where it becomes complicated.
Why do you think people have? Okay, I'm trying not to swear, and you know why I'm not trying to swear.
Hmm.
Why do you think lottery winners, not all but many, end up having heart attacks afterwards? Because of the stress level that they're not used to.
Of course.
It's a different type of stress, yes, but it still stresses you out. And if you don't know how to handle it, the old ticker, it takes it.
Yep.
Because no matter which way, whether you're overweight, you're stressing, or you're overly happy and you're not used to that, it could take you out.
Later. Hmm. It's true. And
So
that's
speaking of,
and that's and that's one of those things, like, people don't realize and need to realize that one's body and one's mind can only take so much.
oh, forget. So you told me some good news today before we continue with all of this. we're both on a weight loss journey, and I'm mad at you right now. I even told my kid because I screwed my leg about 2 weeks ago, and then I screwed my back, and now with this ice falling on my ass, I have like a welt on my back and my bum right now. I'm not kidding you. This is why I'm sitting awkwardly, and I'm not sitting nice and relaxed like I normally do. Shut up!
Black
Don't make fun.
bitch.
Leave it
Oh,
in the
fuck.
comments if you want to make fun. So, and I'll take it. I'm a champ. I'm a champ. Just be ready.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, I plateaued. I plateaued, and we have to get back into making some changes because with all of this, I haven't gone down from 350, and it's bothering me. It's bothering me a lot right now. So it's been 2 weeks that I haven't hit the gym, and it's probably gonna be another week now, unfortunately. Or at least until this beauty mark that I have in my back and my butt right now comes down. Do you know what a
Mendez,
Mongol?
Mendez is looking for a butt masseuse. If you know how to massage the pain out of the culo, he must send a comment, share, like, and subscribe. This is Abiertos. We leave nothing off the
Yo,
table. Get it?
yo, how more real how more real can we be than this?
I I know it's I know it's December and it's the holidays, but I, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. This is yeah.
Yeah. So, but
Yeah.
you gave me some good news. That I'm very proud of you. I hate you for it, just because But I'm very proud of you. Where are you at right now? Tell the world where you're at. Tell the world where you started.
Well, back this I'll tell the story and get the points where this is a prime example of getting kicked, knocked down, and picking yourself up. Back in 2016, 2017, I was working out 4 times, 5 times a week. I had a personal trainer. Shout outs to Burning Chisel, still my boy to this day. Um, I wanted to always. I've always been a big kid, as you know, and losing weight was very hard for me because one, I have the lack of discipline and lack of consistency. That's always been my thing. And just after my grandma got sick, I decided to really start working out, getting fit, and everything else. And I took it seriously this time because I seen what my grandma was going through when she had her congestive heart failure, and then when I heard about my dad, having stage 2 colon cancer back in Jamaica, a lot of things were happening during this time. So the organic food store I told you, as I mentioned, I used to work at. Shout out to Goodness Me. Thank you for all those years taking care of your boy. Um, the whole aspect of me losing weight became a reality because I never thought I'd ever be able to lose weight. And while I was working out and I started working at the food store, I was able to lose in 10 weeks 55 pounds. And all I did, this was like back in 2016, 2017. Okay. And all it was I just started eating better. When I mean eating better, it wasn't um, just eating like a rabbit or just like take a piece of bread and then drink water all day. I was like, no, I ate steak, chicken, beef, everything, just healthier forms of it. Got into the routine. After almost 11 months, I lost over 110 pounds. And them times I was consistent. I uh, I was eating clean, eating great, and working out regularly, and the pounds were just coming off. I was losing anywhere between 10 to 15 pounds a week. People were thinking that I was starving myself. People thought I was getting operations done or planning to do that. Nope. All just hard work and dedication. My grandma passes away. My dad passes away. I find out the child I was raising for 3 years wasn't mine. Had no time to really let that sink in. But at the same time, I ended up stopping what I was doing and end up gaining the weight back. felt depressed, felt like, why does life sometimes always give you something that you feel you have no control over? And as the weight crept back on and just starting to feel the pains that I had before, it reminded me of how I felt I was. Not because of what the surroundings of what happened, but I felt internally like, how did I let this happen? I know how it happened because life happens, but in my mind, it's like I failed myself. So going on through the years and everything else, it got to the point where my mental strength was weakened. I mean, I could be here at the house. I have my weights. I have this, and I won't do a damn thing. I wouldn't do nothing. And that's where I feel like I was mentally defeated because everybody used to ask me, "Hey man, what happened? Yo, you're doing so well, and you lost over 100 pounds." Like I used to post pictures of all my workouts and my training on social media, and the following I got back, and the feedback was amazing. And when I got down to 200 pounds, I really didn't know what to do with myself because the fact that I've never been this weight. At the last time I was 200 pounds was in grade 9 when I started high school. And I was considered big back then because I was only 5'7". You know what I mean? And what really kick started this for me again was I just got sick. I got tired of being sick and tired. I got tired of me walking. If I was walking down the hallway in my building and I walk from one door to the end of the hallway, I have to stop in between because the back pain would be so superior that I feel like I want to fall to my knees or just drop. I got tired of, you know, when people, I'm going to go back and come back. The one thing people always ask me when I lost the weight the first time around is, what's the greatest thing that you've taken from this? Like, what's the happiest part of losing all this weight and being healthy again? So you know what? I think that the most happiest part is that I'm able to, when I go take a shower, I'm able to wash my feet properly without feeling a pinch in my back like someone's taking a knife and slicing my back from left to right. That I don't have to sit down on the side of the tub to wash myself thoroughly and properly. The fact that I can get out of bed without have to roll side to side and then get up. And when I would explain that, people would look at me like bewildered and stuff. I said, "Yeah, those little achievements are milestones." That's what I used to call them. Oh, another milestone. The fact that I can stand up and then bend down and touch my toes with my fingers without bending my knees. Again, without feeling any pain anywhere whatsoever. Along with the pictures that my trainer would send me from time to time and the ones I look at over and over, that's what kickstarted it for me. So, back into real time, February, March of this year, I was 395 pounds. This is the biggest I've ever been. The biggest. 5 pounds off of 400 pounds. It got to the point where I would walk, I would have to push my back like this a little bit to walk forward. Because if I stood up like this, because my stomach's there, I feel like I'm going forward. This this was something I needed to do for myself. So I decided when I started working out not to post any pictures, not to put the journey out there like I'm doing that I'm back at it again. I just wanted to do it for me. So I started working out again. I was going to the gym usually after work. I've made a change and I go to the gym in the mornings. What a difference. But anyways, I went from 395 back in February, March, and I'm officially 344 pounds from February to December the 1st or 2nd, whatever it is. Yeah, the 1st, because 2nd's tomorrow. And it wasn't easy. I still have times where I'm inconsistent and everything else. And myself, I've been to the gym. I haven't been to the gym the 1 2 days coming up to this week because I wasn't well and stuff like that, and I've just been tired from you know the busy days at work and stuff. And so I had set my alarm back to my regular time when I get up, but tomorrow I'm getting back into the time that I usually get there to do it. It's not easy, but it's not, what's the word? It's not unachievable. It's not unachievable. Keep accountability for yourself. Have accountability with those around you, because a lot of people, us big men, a lot of people don't realize the surroundings that you're in also play a major role in how you do things. So when you have your friends, hey man, we're gonna go get a pizza. Yeah, you down? No man, I'm good. I got lunch from home. Oh come on man, we got every 2 weeks we can do something. I'm good, because those little factors that come in, they become repetitious. And then you're in the gym, you're like, fuck, why am I not losing weight? I'm putting in the work. Why am I not losing? But then you realize and recognize it's your surroundings around you that are stopping you. Where you see, that's where the choice comes in. You can choose to feed into that, or you can choose not to.
It's true. So true.
And I've indulged in everything else. And I love to eat, as you know. But my training now, I'm training more for a purpose. I just turned 47 last week Tuesday. I'm looking to live for another 100 years if I can. So there's never anything but time. There's always time. If I can
I'm the
if I
only thing
can
that
drop
there
that
is.
much weight in that amount of time span at 47, just imagine what I'm going to look like come next year, summer 2025. Just just get back just get back in it. Remember remember why you're doing it. Remember the positives that we're doing. And for you, my friend, I'll tell you, you fucking inspired me, because when I seen your post and you doing the shoulder presses, you see that machine there? That's my nemesis, eh? I'll tell you why. That machine there, because a while back I hurt my rotator cuff here in my shoulder. I was powerlifting back then, and I tried to do my personal best of 315. No spotter. All I did was I aligned my hands wrong on the bar. I went to pick up, which I was successful. Came down. When I went to go up, I was like, oh, and I heard crack, crack. And luckily enough, a guy was walking by and took the weight and just swung the bar over, or else I would have been on my neck and on my chest. So every time when I work out my upper shoulder, I have to bring my arms in like this instead of out here. Why? Because right away I'll feel the sensation and then you start hearing the cracks again. But after I seen you on that fucking machine, I said, you know what? I put it on the lightest weight, no weights at all, and I just went like this, came down, went like this, came down. So you see how I'm doing this right now? I'm starting to get the sensations in my shoulder,
Oh yeah.
right? And when I did 10 of those and not realize it, I shouted your name out in the gym. I'm not even kidding you. I shouted your name out in the gym, and I said, Mendez, you're the guy. Because motivation comes from a lot of different places. But I like to, if I'm motivated by something or inspired by something, I like to let the person know it happened. So yeah, 344 is still going, man. My goal is to get back down to 200, where I was a couple of years ago, and my plan is to keep it off and live as much as I can, because you never know when you're gonna go. So I want to make sure that I'm healthy, that I'm happy, I got energy for my future wife and to my future kids. Daddy's gonna be around, bro. You
That's what
feel
it
me?
is, right?
So,
And
yeah,
and
man.
that's what motivated me because I started trying to lose weight while I was in Toronto. I was morbidly obese, and I'm not going to deny it. I could barely walk.
Hmm.
walking from literally, you were at my old place,
Hmm.
walking from my bedroom to the door just to let somebody in, and I would have had to been huffing and puffing.
Yep. Yep. I was
So while
there.
I was down there, I went up to 455. I was living by myself, not having a good diet, eating on the road, sometimes eating whatever restaurant that I was delivering to would give me. And while you're on the road, you eat what there is. You don't eat what you want to eat. And if there's no Metro or there's no chain store, there's no veggies.
Right.
So I got to the point that I was like, okay, you know what? This isn't working for me no more. This isn't working. And I didn't want to do any chemicals. I didn't want to put any pills. I didn't want none of that. Because they'll easily give it to me. And that way, they'll usually give you anything for you to lose weight.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
When I had so I started trying to lose weight. It was a battle I was losing hard. When I moved back up here and I had my cancer scare, that's when I lost a lot of weight. I went
Wait,
down
wait,
to,
wait, what?
yeah, yeah. I told you I've got a tumor in my throat. It's benign.
Mm,
I'm alive.
wow. I
Yeah,
did. I did not know that, brother.
yeah.
Wow.
I had a very Dr. Odell. I love him. And he gave me the peace of mind for me to go through the operation because when I was at the hospital, the lady says to me, "You could potentially die." I'm like, "What?" My mom's like, "No, no. Well, that's with any operation. Just take it easy." I'm like, "No, no, 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 no.
Yeah, that's true.
I ain't
Yeah,
doing
yeah,
shit.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
too
yeah.
young for this. I rather die." Blah blah blah. And my daughter looked at me and said to me, "Daddy, you can't die." And my son cried, and that kind of hit me.
Yeah, I
And
also.
my sister
I,
come up and she started crying, and I saw my niece and nephew. My nephew said to me, "You're gonna be okay. We need you here." And I'm like, "Nope, I ain't doing the operation. Doing nothing. Doing nothing." Doctor Odell sat me down and said to me,
awesome.
"You're gonna be fine. I've got you. You're in my hands." And I'm like, "What?" He says to me, "I come from St. Louis." Okay, it's to me. I operate guys on double your size, and they finish the operation and finish everything well. I'm like, "But doctor," he said to me, "don't worry about it. You're going to be okay. We need to get in there. We need to take the samples. We need to make sure you're okay. And if we need to take it out, we'll take it out."
Yeah,
So they did what they had to do, whatever. And during all of this, the good part about it is I started losing weight because you can't eat, you can't eat certain things, you can't. Um, they put me on some pills to help me because I couldn't breathe. The freaking thing swelled up like I had this freaking extra
yeah.
layer of, yeah. So,
Wow.
anyways, we went through all of that, and I'm stuck with it for the rest of my life because if they take it out, they're gonna damage or they're gonna cut my vocal cords.
Yeah. Wow.
So, but I'm
Wow.
okay. I'm alive. I'm alive. Yes, and so that pushed me to lose a little more weight. And then my son, I saw that my son was getting all fit and seeing him starting to, but he doesn't eat like I used to eat when I was his age. When I was his age, I used to work out with bodybuilders. So there was no, you're going to eat. No, you're eating healthy. You're living the life, and it's a lifestyle.
Yep.
And we would do it.
Hmm.
Oh, everybody's having pupusas this weekend. Oh, we're going to go eat. Mm-mm. Where's my barbecue without sauces? Everything lean, everything this, everything. And I was like, you know what? I miss that. because I used to be able literally my dad used to love my godfather, God rest his soul, used to freaking laugh. You know what a Chevette is?
Hmm.
I used to be able to lift it up, hold the freaking thing up, deadlift, he go underneath, drain the oil, put the plug back in, him crawl out, and then I'd put it down.
Wow.
Okay. I used to be able to do stuff like that without an issue. He would literally call me, "Hey, listen, I need to change the tires on the car." Okay, need help? Yeah, come and help me. Lift up the front end. He takes it off, puts the winter tires on, puts it
Wow.
back on, changes whatever he needs to do, and then put it down. Are you okay? Yeah. Now? Yeah, okay. My son
But
saw a picture.
at the same time, use that as your motivation. You see how
That is
you,
my motivation
dude,
now.
I
And
tell you, it's the how you just described that, and just the look on your face as you're speaking it and manifesting that now. Use that as your motivation. You want to know what mine is? I've always I've always I've always had a mental picture of myself of how I'd look if I was lean, fit, and everything else. And I'll tell you what it is. I imagined myself young when I was younger, and even now that I have my head shaved, bald, goatee, mustache, beard, everything. I'm in a white convertible, dressed in all white, and I'm I'm cruising the street, coming up to a street light where there's a bus shelter, and there's people standing there and just admiring the fact of how I look.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
one of my motivations. Two, like yourself, I used to be able to lift stuff and have no pain or it was very easy for me. I miss that as well. Like for me, I feel like I have no upper body. I feel like I have no strength in my upper body, and I like people's back in the day. I never used to get into fights a lot, but when I did, it would only take pushing for me. Because when I push someone and I see them fly how far I push them, that gives them the sig- the signal to say, "Hey, I'm okay. I'm done. I'm done."
yeah.
And I feel I don't have like. There's times like if someone like bumps me and I'm not and I feel like I'm going to fly over. I'm like, yo, and that's my motivation. Cause when I wake up in the mornings, I have my headphones on and I go at it. And one thing my best friend pointed out to me a couple weeks ago that he goes, when you go to the gym and you're lifting the weights, lift a weight where it's comfortable for you to do at least 8 or 9, but then you're tired after that. If you do anything more than 10, 11, 12 reps, it's too light for you. And I took that upon myself and I said, hey, you know what? Let me try this. So when I do incline chest press, I'll take the dumbbells. I usually worked with say 10 or so. I usually worked with 20s. Okay. So after my boy gave me that advice, I'm actually doing 50s now. With the way how I arch my shoulders in now when I lift the weights, I feel no pain and I can get through my reps as I need to. But the discipline and the diligence is there. I have my support system that's around me, and they keep it real with me. Hey man, you're not going to the gym? Nah, not today. All right, man. Don't complain when you can't get on the plane. Don't complain that you have pains in your back and your feet hurt and all them shit. Nope. So it's a mental game that one has to defeat in
It
themselves.
literally, it's literally gone to the point that with my son, because he's the one that goes with me, we've
Mm,
scheduled going to the gym around what we do here at the station.
right.
So it's, for example, Monday to Friday. I'm in studio, the next I'm in the gym. Studio, gym, studio, gym. Just because at the end of it, I don't want to interrupt either one, but I don't want to fail at either one. And I'd rather take it slow and do it right
There
than
you
do
go.
it 100 miles per hour and fail at it all. Like even today, he says to me, Jim, I'm like, he's like, Jim, or you're not having dinner. I ain't having dinner. You had enough of a meal, and even when we were, because my dad loves to go to Mandarin, so that's where we took him. Only proteins, but only proteins, no carbs from here.
Yep. Hmm.
But I want, and I literally looked at him, and I was being a bitch. I want sweet and sour ribs. Does that have sugar? Mm-mm. Has a red sauce on it. Does that have sugar? Has a red sauce on it. Red usually means sugar. I'm like, no, it doesn't. No. Mm. So what can I eat? My shrimp has nothing. The mussels has nothing, and they have some salmon over there you can eat.
I'm so
But
bad.
used to me, no. And he literally walked around with me. Walked around with me, watched everything I grabbed.
That's accountability, my friend.
My daughter comes up to me. You get one dessert. I'm like, what? I wasn't planning on dessert. I'm like, okay. She brings me back one cup, one of those tiny little cups of creme brulee.
Hmm.
Takes the sugar off, starts taking spoons and feeding my grandson with it. I grab one teaspoonful, put it in my mouth, and she says to me, your grandson's having the rest. Straight, like that. There's no in between, there's no nothing. Coffee, tea, water.
Yep.
You sure you don't want water?
Hmm.
Can I get an extra lemon, please?
Yep. Yeah.
Straight.
That's how you alkaline. Yep. That's how you alkaline.
Last night at the quinceañera that we did,
Yeah.
I love drinking Caesars, but I don't like the alcohol in it.
Hmm.
I
Interesting.
love tomato juice, like clamato tomato juice, and I love it.
Nice.
I said to my boy, "Go and order me a Virgin Caesar." Nope. Why? It's vegetables. No, because we're gonna have a heavy meal. I'm like, what do you mean? You already saw what they're serving? Yep, I'm gonna get you your plate. Don't worry about it. Goes pure freaking proteins and greens. I'm like, no rice. Nope, not
Oh.
today. Potatoes are vegetables. They're mashed. Do you know
Hmm.
what's in them? No. Then no. But what? It's like green beans, carrots, and proteins.
Good.
You got an
Yep.
issue with that? No, sir. He's like, no. You're injured and you're not going to the gym. It's like making it even worse. You're not gonna fuck up.
Yeah.
But he's like, no, Dad. You're working too hard for this, and for you right now, you haven't done this, and we're there, and I'm being lectured. I'm being lectured, brother. And I look at him. I'm like, you know what? You're right.
That's good.
Didn't say nothing else. Let him continue with his moment. At the end of unfortunately, whenever we do an event, at the end of it, usually we get something afterwards.
Hmm.
I got your bottle of San Pellegrino. That's what you're going to drink on the way home. You want a shawarma? No. You
Carbonated
want to
water.
go get some butter chicken? No. No. You're driving home. Drink your San Pellegrino. That's the end of it. I'm like, but I prefer the other brand. He's to me. There's no Perrier. Drink it, and that's the end of it. But it's a long ride home. He's to me. We're 20 minutes from home, and another 10 minutes for you to drop me off. No. And I literally, I'm like, where's bacon? He looks at me. If bacon went here, I wouldn't let either one of you fuckers eat. I'm like, why are you swearing?
I know, but you know what? Your boy's on something. You know what? He does it because he loves you, and he does it because
Oh,
he.
definitely.
That's
You
what
know,
it is.
and that's one thing he actually brought up to my attention to me. Because of your injuries, it's going to be hard for you to lose the weight
Yeah.
because you don't do enough cardio.
Right. Yep.
I'm like, okay, because I can't get on a treadmill and actually run. I do walk, but after I walked X amount of kilometers, my leg is done for a couple of days. So we're trying to figure out what's the max that I can do right now, so I can at least do it. And plus, at work, I walk. One day, one of these times you come and visit, I'm going to take you as a guest to show you one of the campuses that I work at. It's pretty big. Okay, so I'm constantly walking at work, but and then going to work out and whatever. It's just to me, no, you have to find a happy medium. One of the reasons why you're not losing weight is because you're gaining muscle.
Yep.
Yes, to me, look at you. Look at your arms. When you flex, they're not flabby anymore. Yes, you still have more way to go, but when you flex now, we see a bump. We don't just see the freaking Bugs Bunny moment where it's just dangling there.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, but it's to me, no, just you're gonna have to be patient with yourself and understand that yes, you are making a difference. It might not be going exactly the way you want it, but it's gonna take you longer because you can't do the stupid cardio. Like literally, we do maybe 10 minutes on the elliptical, and I can't feel my knee. My knee is done.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So
That's
even
my,
if I'm
that's
using a
my
brace, pardon?
that's my nemesis too.
Yeah, like
'Cause
with my knee, I don't know if I told you what happened to me. I've got like one piece of the tendon and one meniscus holding it together.
Jesus.
Yeah, like I've got nothing there. The meniscus got destroyed, tendons are done. The what's the other part there? Anyways, it's all torn to heck.
Yeah.
It's all torn to heck, and not even by my doing, which is the worst part. The other side, if I wouldn't have had that accident, would be golden. Even the doctor was laughing because for years I walked. It's one of the things I love to do. I love making sure my legs look good. If I'm in shorts and I flex my legs, you'll see. You'll see. Like they're actually my legs look pretty good. It's not me trying to say it. It's other people telling me this.
Yep.
But the freaking gut,
Yep.
that's me problem. And
Yeah.
I won't deny, like it is what it is. But
Yeah.
it's not just an is what it is. It is what it will be, what it was.
Yep.
So
That's
yeah,
that's
my friend.
that's how we got to deal with it, man. That's how we got to take it because at the end of the day, what we're showing people right now, and I don't even think you realize this. This is why I love doing episodes where we come kind of off context and get into some real shit like what we're doing right now. So to all my big people, if you're watching this and you're viewing this, please, please, if you feel that you can't do what you want to do when it comes to your weight loss, ask yourself this: what would I do if that opportunity tomorrow I was never able to do again? When you ask yourself that question, you're going to end up doing something.
Mhm.
Like, subscribe, comment, share, chime in. This episode has been a real one. Real talk. I guess we're going to get into the music next episode.
You know
We're
what?
afraid of, but
You know what? Let's stick around for a little bit longer because I do want to talk about this song. It's lingering
okay.
on me. It's
Yeah.
lingering
And,
on me.
hey, listen, like I said, keep that motivation, brother, because you're going to make it. You're going to
We are
make
gonna make it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, for sure. Because I'm going to keep you accountable like you do with me. Because I told you my goals for 2025. I told you where I want to be.
So, ladies,
Uh,
I'm going to tell you what his goals are for 2025. We were talking about it off air. I told him I want to be able to be back. See, I can't see myself at 200 pounds, brother. The lowest I've been actually in 2012, I went down to 245,
Yeah.
and I felt perfect in my life.
Well, and that's what it is. Like for me, when I got down to 200 pounds, people were expecting the following. There were certain things my trainer showed me in regards to when I lose the weight, how to effectively have my skin get tighter, so I don't end up having the loose skin. Therefore, I don't have to have the surgery to remove the skin done. When I got down to 200 pounds, that was for me. 200 pounds is the goal, but I would be ecstatic, happy at 210 or 220. Reason being, because I know how my body looks now at 200 pounds. So I don't want to get too skinny. I don't want to get either. I just want to look slim, shredded. That's the goal I'm going for. And I'm gonna and you've seen pictures of my
Yeah.
before and that was my most solid state. And the reason why I'm aiming for that again is because I know I can do it. And once you know you can do something, do you know how
It's
powerful that is?
Oh, dude, it's not even funny.
Yeah,
Once
and
once
that's
you
the thing.
realize who you can be, what you can do, where you stand for yourself,
Yeah,
nobody can stop
yeah.
you.
But
So
my
speaking
man,
of
you
nobody can stop you, and let's get into this before we continue because we're never gonna do it.
ah,
About 2 weeks ago, I asked you to look up a song and to get to know it.
yes, sir.
Pedro Navaja by Ruben Blades is one of my favorite songs. It's one of the first salsa CDs that I bought. I fell in love with the song, not knowing what it meant because I was a young punk kid. However, when I found out where this song originated and what inspired him to translate it into Spanish and where the origin of the song comes from, to this day, I love listening to it. Like yes, I we listen to a lot of music as a DJ, as an MC. We listen to a lot of variety. We listen to a lot of things. We are privileged sometimes to have things before anybody else does.
True.
But this song, I don't want to wreck it for you yet. Let's talk about the song first. So the song starts saying, "Por la esquina del viejo barrio lo vi pasar, con el tumbao que tienen los guapos al caminar." Do you
Las
know what
manos.
that means?
Huh?
Do you know what that means?
Oh, well, when I found out what it means, it was very, very, very interesting. It was very interesting, and like this song, even though it's 4 minutes, it felt like 1 or 2 hours.
Yes.
1 or 2 hours. Like on the corner of the old neighborhood, I saw him pass with the tumbao that the handsome ones have when they walk.
So what
His
that
hand,
means is el tumbao. That means that swagger that a
yes,
pretty boy uses when they
yeah.
walk by.
It's his hands are always in his coat pockets, so that they don't know which of them holds the dagger.
Yes, because in the song
Dagger.
it says, con las manos por dentro del gabán.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But he
Porque
doesn't just use a regular coat. He uses a trench coat, a long white trench coat.
right?
Okay.
It's insane. It's insane. Where
Hiding,
mm?
hiding. What's he hiding inside the trench coat with his hands?
A knife.
But what kind of knife?
Oh, oh, how did I know? How did I know? Because see, We see the switchblade, but it's like I know there's a significance with that,
There is a significance to it.
and yeah, that again is what makes this song so kind of creative in a
It's
genius
very
way.
creative.
In a
But you know
genius,
what?
what's up, brother?
Okay, I don't. I'm jumping ahead. So the song turns out talking about this guy. His name is Pedro,
Right,
but his street name is Pedro Navaja.
right.
Okay. During the song, they also start talking about a lady
Yes.
that's walking on the street.
Yeah.
What is she doing? Tell us a little bit about the song before I jump and tell you what's up.
Well, it is a very long ass song. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I wrote out the Spanish lyrics and then wrote out the English on top of that. So as part of Spanish 101, this is my Spanish to English translation of the song. So as we just talked about, por la esquina del viejo barrio lo vi pasar con el
Hmm.
tumbao que tienen los guapos al caminar. Las manos siempre en los bolsillos de su gabán, para que no sean el cual de ellas le vea el puñal. Again, always has his hands in his pockets. One of mystery. You never know. Like it's it basically describes someone you can say is secretive, mischievous, a man of mystery.
Well, before you continue, let's go with the song because I want to
Oh,
explain the whole thing to you.
yes, I know you do. So
I'm dying for this.
okay, so let me. I'll read out the Spanish, and then you, and I'll leave my English papers here and just read. I'll do that because I can see your face right now lighting up that you're gonna show me something. Una sombrero de ala. Oh wait, I wrote that down wrong. So it's una sombrero de ala achide medio lao. Hope I said that right.
A medio lado,
Medio lao. That's right. Y zapatillas por si hay problemas salir volado.
volado.
Volado. Lentes oscuros para que no sepan que está mirando. Y un derente de oro que cuando no se ve brillandao. Like it's
So,
I, I see the look on your face as I'm reading. You have
so
your
let
eyes,
me let me help you here.
your mind's at ease.
Okay, so it says usas un sombrero de ala ancha de medio lado. So he's wearing a hat with a feather tipped to the side.
Right.
Okay. Y zapatillas si hay problema para salir volado. So he's wearing shoes that he can run out with in case something hits, something happens.
Yeah, it's
Lentes oscuros para que no sepan que está mirando y en un diente de oro que cuando se ríe se ve brillando. What that means is he's wearing sunglasses all the time so you can never see what he's looking at. But when he smiles at you, that golden teeth just sparkles just the right
yeah,
way.
right. Yup. Wow, that's powerful shit, man. I love the fact that you gave me this opportunity to look at this song and try to and dissect it and analyze it because I got a lot out of just not only listening to the song in its entirety, writing it out, and everything else, but this does tell a story of of a scenario in life, whether it's back then or even up to now, it still exists. Which, if that makes any sense to anybody, uh, I would suggest you look up the song, listen to it, and you understand what I'm saying to you.
So, what do you think? What's your take on this song, my brother? Because I'll tell you what it is, and I'll tell you the origin story of the song after.
Well, to be honest, when I saw when I listened to the song the first time, I didn't watch the video. I listened to it to see if I can gather a sense of what I'm listening to, despite the fact
Mhm.
that I understood a little bit but didn't understand all of it. And then I watched the video and I said, "Oh my god. Oh my god." Because when I listened to the song descriptively, it I did catch phrases and bits and pieces I understood of they were describing someone again who, like I said earlier, that was he looks kind of discreet. He has this image of, hey, like people will look and say, who's that guy? Make them want to scratch their heads, and they're as much as they want to know who this person is, they're intrigued by the mystery. The from, like you said, from the hat with the feather on the side tilted sideways to the sunglasses where you you can't see how he's looking, or how his eyes are set, to the gold tooth, like it's all part of a persona and a description of, oh, okay, what's really to take in about this man of mystery. And basically they described how, and if you want to look at it in modern terms, how get this, how a businessman who's crooked kind of conducts themselves as a man of mystery. I
Mhm.
knew you would like that because I've never told you that, but I knew you would like that because when you told me to go in depth with this song, I really did. As much as it took me to write everything out, I really did. And I'm waiting to hear this response from you. But as I go into it more, the part what got me is the setting of the song. And I know it's from in New York Times and back in the 30s and stuff. But like I said, you can always take something and modernize it to a real life scenario.
Yes, always.
Fact, the fact that it was empty, it was dark, but with the lights, and it's like he's walking, nothing's really happening. Then he sees from the distance across the street a woman. He clenches his fist, as the song says, just and he keeps it by his wallet so it doesn't get in the way. So it's almost like, I have an opportunity here. I know it's mine, so I'm gonna take it. So as the song says, he, without any hesitation, but with not a lot of noise either, goes across the street, sees the woman from the hallway, and thinks, okay, this is this should be easy for me. Like when Forrest Gump said, "Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get." Who would have thought? Who would have thought that lady in that scenario, in the song, in that video, was she ready? Was she the male version of Pedro Navaja? I'm gonna leave it there. I know you like that one. I'm gonna leave it there because when she pulled out that gun, like, yeah, that was it for me. That was it for me. It's like he met his. It's almost like he met his match because he's done it. I got that he's done it before, or this is an everyday scenario, lifestyle, whatever you may call it. And when the scenario happened, which they encountered together, that was like the, okay, I'm it's not my night. Like he says, I'm having a bad day. I'm sick. No, no, you're not sick. It's just now it's your turn to feel what you've had other people felt. And the icing on the cake for me is when the old man, drunken man, comes up, sees the bodies on the floor, picks up the knife, picks up the gun, and starts singing his song. Life is like life is full of surprises. Ay Dios.
So, this song, like I said, it hits hard. I didn't know what it meant when I first started listening to it many moons ago. So they're both people from the underworld. Pedro Navaja is known as a mobster. She's a night worker. Okay, she works the street. She's walking up and down, doesn't make money the whole night. She has no money. She doesn't know what she's gonna do because she can't even get food to eat.
Yeah.
Okay, so this could not only was there an actual movie that went with this song because Pedro Navaja is portrayed by Andres Garcia, which back in the day would have been George Clooney.
Hmm.
Okay, he ends up stabbing her. She shoots him. He dies. She dies. And what's funny is back home we say ojo por ojo, diente por diente. El que mata a hierro muere, which means you know what? You took my eye out. I'm gonna take your eye out. You took I took your tooth. You're gonna take mine.
Mm-hmm.
I kill everybody with steel. Well, I'm gonna die with steel. Somebody's gonna shoot me. Somebody's gonna stab me. And one of my favorite phrases, and I actually sing it to my kids whenever they're doing something stupid or they've been caught. La vida te da sorpresas, sorpresas te da la vida.
Mm-hmm.
Y nunca, nunca se me olvida a mí lo que el borracho cantó. Para mí la vida da sorpresas, sorpresas te da la vida. Ay Dios.
Mm-hmm.
You never know what to expect or when to expect it. So you always have to be ready for it because you don't know when you're going to be your last day.
Yep.
Now, I'm going to read you lyrics from where this song originated. Let's see if I can read this to you. Now on the sidewalk, whose sunny morning, lies a body just oozing life. And someone sneaking around the corner. Could that someone be Mac the Knife? There's a tugboat, down the river, don't you know, where cement bags just a dropping on down. Oh, that cement bag is there for the weight. Dear Five'll get you 10. Old Mackey's back in town. Now, did you hear about Lou Miller? He disappeared, babe, after drawing out all his hard-earned cash, and now McKeith spends just like a sailor. Could it be our boys down something rash? This song was translated to Spanish by a few different singers, and Ruben Blades is the one that did it the best. Ruben Blades is the one behind Pedro Navaja. Willie Colon is also involved in this. Back
Mm-hmm.
when conglomerate of a huge salseros out of New York, many of them Puerto Rican, not all, but many of them. He got inspired. I'm gonna send you the other version that I love listening to, which starts off with Mac the Knife, moves on to Pedro Navaja. It really inspires you, makes you think about life, because if you when every time you do something wrong, it's always going to come back to you.
Yep.
Doesn't matter how great you are, doesn't matter how much of a pretty boy, how much of a beautiful young lady you are, or it comes back. It always comes back and it bites you. Because yes, karma and everything, but you know what? Do wrong and wrong will be done unto you.
Mm-hmm.
You live a clean life and you live For right, right will come by you.
Yeah. What goes
So
wrong?
like, oh, hardcore, and then you can see it, and you can see it. So, like I said, like you said, actually, this was set back in the setting was back in the 30s, 40s. The song actually came out in the 60s. It was translated over to Pedro Navaja. Again, it was Mac the Knife originally, translated to Pedro Navaja. And Ruben Blades did a whole show based on this song because this song is one of the few songs that put him where
On the
he is. Yeah. So again, the reason why I asked you to do this and look into this song is because sometimes we think and we watch a movie or we listen to a song and we don't pay attention to what the actual meaning of it is.
nope.
Because you heard the song and I remember we talked about it. He's like, oh man, this is great. Wait a minute, what does it mean? And then I sent you the actual video, the original video that was taken for the song. And it blew you. It blew you out because it shows you.
Crazy.
It shows you, you know what? It is portrayed what it is. So I want to with the next song I want us to dive into. I believe it's by either Romeo Santos or Aventura. Can't remember which one of it is, but either way, Romeo Santos involved. He's the singer. Mi hermanita.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 Yoda. Dun, 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 Yoda. Wow. Okay.
Like I told you, I don't want us here at Abiertos just to do Abiertos because we're Abiertos. Yes, we're open. We talk about our personal things. We talk about our lives, our goals, our pains right about now. But I shouldn't
Epsom
have said it
salts
that
and
way.
8535, my friend.
8535. So,
Because you're old. It's okay.
any of you
Uh,
ladies that want to help rub them some of that on, help a brother because we're in pain. Bacon, your hands are too rough.
no, I
Yeah,
I
yeah,
wasn't even thinking it. Sorry.
yeah, liar. I can see.
Lady.
I can see. I can see the look in your eyes.
No, no, I'm not even looking. La
I thought
la la
you
la
you,
la la
you
la
were
la.
even saying hello.
Meaning,
Is it me you're looking for?
I'm not. I'm not AT&T. I will not reach out and touch it. Don't worry. Don't worry. Ah man, this. Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna do my homework on that as well. I'll be a lot more prepared. I know I was prepared today, but I still got blown away about how you explained the song and where it's based off of and where it's from. So I've you've set the tone in regards to how to dissect something and learn from it, which is what we're all about. So,
Remember, like I
ladies and
told you,
gentlemen,
and
look
I've
out for
admitted
that.
it.
Look out for
I've
that.
admitted it. I'm a music nerd. I'm a music
Yes,
geek.
you
I'm a
are.
music whatever you want to call me. I love music. Music is my life. Music is what makes me breathe, makes me happy. Whatever tone I'm in, whatever mood I'm in, whatever's going in my life, listen to the music I'm listening to, and you'll know what's wrong or what's right.
Yeah. Speaking of that, make sure you check all the mixes out on YouTube. It's climbing, it's climbing, it's climbing. Oh,
You you
and
you just made me
wait a minute.
you just made me nervous. You just
No,
made me nervous because my son messaged me about the numbers while we're on here, and I'm not. I haven't been looking, bro. I'll be honest with you. I mhm.
listen to me. From when I called you and sang that song to you, and the fact that you didn't know, that made it that much sweeter. Ladies and gentlemen, in case you're wondering right now what the hell we talking about, all the mixes that you're seeing on YouTube, later on to Spotify, with Radio Carico, with the one and only DJ Mendes here. We're taking great strides to make y'all understand why we say we're here for y'all. Okay. When I got the honor to start working with these gentlemen here, We were what at eh, the
When you
subscribers
came
was,
on, it was under 70.
yeah, under 70 subscribers when I came on. I made a phone call to this gentleman here yesterday after what I saw the numbers were on YouTube. And the fact that I called him and I was singing, for he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow. We're over 1,000K. We're over 1,000K. And I'm singing this to him. He's like, what are you talking about? What? You did not catch the 1,000K? And he's like, and I swear, if my ears weren't playing tricks on me, I'm sure he dropped something in the background. I heard, doo, doo, doo. I don't know if it's through excitement or something, but yes, I don't know what the numbers are now, but as of yesterday, we hit over 1,000 subscribers. Now, this is a goal that I'm proud to pay homage to this man for, because as part of the vision going into this, this is one of his milestones. See, remember we're talking about milestones, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is one of his milestones that he's been talking about every single day. Hard work, perseverance, keeping accountable, consistency, like anything in life with weight loss or anything else in life, you can achieve if you believe. Congrats, my man. You
Thank you.
deserve it. And I'm just glad.
And
I'm just glad to be a part of this and helping bring whatever joys, highs, lows that comes with it. Abiertos is for real. Radio Quirico, we're for real. You're not here viewing the Canada Choice 2025 nominee. Yeah, I told you knew the plug was coming. You knew it was coming. You knew it was coming. You're not. He's not that for no reason. It's not a fluke. It's because you guys listen. You guys tune in. You guys are entertained. You're chimed in. Check out all the videos of the mixes on YouTube. Check us out on Spotify. Listen, we got stuff coming. If you thought 2024 was a blast so far since you've been listening, watch 2025. And I guarantee you, you'll become a believer because we believe in you. Remember, I tell
oh,
you
we
that.
definitely believe in them.
Yeah.
Without our audience,
Congrats
and
again, my guy. Ties are the best. Yeah.
oh my brother, so much to come in 2025, so much to do before we even hit that night.
Right.
Like
Right.
literally, the last 48 hours between doing the quinceañera, trying to soothe my butt, and preparing for tonight's show. Literally, we went shopping. I had my sister and my son, and my sister's boyfriend, I think it is,
Mhm.
running around with me shopping for the new lounge.
Wow.
I have an idea what I want to call it. I have a
Okay.
very good idea what I want to do with it.
Okay.
Um, so the reception area here at the studio is going to turn into a lounge. It's going to be very exclusive, very very exclusive. We're going to do lives. We're going to have artists perform, and we're going to be able to do bigger interviews in there. Have groups and stuff come in. But I think it's time we have our own lounge. Apart from having the studio, having in the office, I think we need our own lounge. Something small to start, but eventually, I would love for us to have our own. And you know what? I got to give it to Nash for bringing it up. He turned around a few months ago and said we need to have Que Rico nightclub, and that stuck in me because it's something I've wanted to do. It's something I've wanted for a long time to get back into, not just managing or working at a club, but owning a club. And I think it's time we Try this out, and if this goes well, who knows? Maybe in a year or two, we open up our own club. Like I told you, there's behind this craziness, there's always something working.
As I've only known you to be. Yeah, that's I'm speechless right now actually, but yeah, it's no surprise over here, none whatsoever, and
So, like I told you,
that's the success. That's the level of success that only ones who really believe will understand, and that will come to reality.
I believe in our product. I believe in who we work with. I believe in our team. Every one of the DJs that has come through and is still here with us, I believe in their talent. The MCs that work with us, I believe in their talent and who they are and their potential. Because in some cases, they haven't realized the potential that they are, the powerhouses that they truly are. And once all of you see the potential that you are, we will not be stopped.
I like that. I like that. As
I don't.
as a
I don't. I don't believe age has a number.
Nope.
I don't believe age has a factor in what we do. But I do believe that we have a lot to do. And speaking of which, March the 8th, el 8 de marzo, don't forget, Pastor Lupus Jr. is going to be doing his Canadian tour, and he's going to make his final stop in the beautiful city of Ottawa. And yours truly and Radio Que Rico are going to be there. I'm going to be DJing. Hopefully, we can get some MC action happening. And more importantly, we're going to have fun that night. We're going to have fun that night. That night's going to be wild. That night's going to be something that the city needs. Pastor Lupus Jr. sounds exactly like his father when he sings, to the extreme that his own mother thought he was just doing a voiceover, doing
Wow.
a no, not a voiceover, doing a lip syncing.
Wow.
His own mother thought he was lip syncing. So can you imagine how good this guy is close to his father?
Yeah.
So definitely March the 8th. Get your tickets. Let me know if you guys want tickets. Hit us up at info at radioquerico.com. We're gonna have tickets where I will personally deliver your tickets to you as long as you buy more than four. Anything less than four, we'll talk. If you're close by, could happen. But if you're at the other end of the city, I loved you long time, but I don't think so. Mi
sounds
gente
like
has been
sounds like
lost.
a problem, not me.
It
Awesome.
sounds like I cannot do it.
Right.
Sorry. I love you,
That,
but no,
that's great.
no entiendo. ¿Qué dijiste?
What? That's it.
Mana, 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 no, no, no.
Mana. Oh my God. Listen.
Catch us live. We're gonna be live soon enough. We're gonna be doing lives for you guys as well when
And
you least
again,
expect it.
don't forget if you're just tuning in or you have been listening the past couple episodes, we're looking to do a lot of great things where we interact with you, our viewers and our listeners. So if you have a birthday coming up, I'm going to say this again. We want to make sure that we represent you on your birthday.
If you're in
So,
Ottawa, if you're in Toronto, if you're in New York, if you're in Germany, if you're in Belgium, hey, to all our German listeners, para los chilenos que nos escuchan, salud. For all those
mhm.
Mexican fans that are with us, se les saluda con un caloroso viva México, cabrones. Because you know what? When we're looking at our analytics, you guys are the ones that are top. Ustedes son los que están ahí arriba con nosotros, dándonos el cariño. So, if it's your birthday, si viene tu cumpleaños, let us know. We'll get you on screen. We'll send you the links for you guys to come on live with us, celebrate your birthday with us, and MC Bacon will do a special dance for you. No? Okay, I was trying, reaching for the stars. One moment at a time.
Well, we definitely have surprises for y'all. So, you know what, man? I have to say, the reason why I love this show is the simple fact that it's very, very spontaneous. Where sometimes things that you plan in life don't always go the way they do, but some things that are unplanned are some of the greatest moments in life, history, whatever you want to call it. This is a show where, again, we recognize what we talk about, we learn something from it, and we have our opinions on it. Maybe I don't think we've had a disagreeable topic
And
where,
even if we do, and
yeah,
even if we do, you
yeah,
know what? That's what it's about, man. We all have our own
yeah,
opinion. We're
that's what
here
it
to
is.
listen to each other and learn. Because I can guarantee you, the best curry chicken comes from Guyana.
Oh, well, did you say that out loud? Because I didn't hear
See
a
what I
word
mean? See what I mean?
out.
We all got our opinion. We all got our own opinion.
I don't see
But
how.
if you
I don't see. You don't see green, and you don't see any red in this flag, do you? And we have the best curry
listen,
in town.
no. The best jerk chicken in town, yes. Pops, I gotta come by to visit you.
That's true though.
Best, best, best jerk chicken in Toronto. If you ask me, go to Pops. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know how I survived walking through there through the morning, but I did it.
All right.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. You know
I
what?
get.
It isn't as bad as they make it sound. Okay,
Yeah.
it isn't as bad as they make it sound. What I found funny is all the drunken women coming from the dance hall jams and hitting on you because you're Latino. I kind of enjoyed it, but I don't like drunken women. And the funny part is, as you're leaving, there's always some crackhead coming up. Hey man, you have anything for me?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're in the wrong part of the neighborhood, bro. Oh, they like me in the back. I don't want to know what you do in the back.
Right. Don't want to know none of that shit. None of that. None of that.
So definitely, we'll see you guys. Thank you for being here with us. Thank you for another episode. Don't forget, Fridays we're back with you. We're gonna keep on doing lives, having that love with you guys. Mr. Bacon,
Yes, sir.
just so you know, because I love you. You know I love you, hey Bacon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you realize that I do love you.
Yes, sir.
Like I love you.
I love you too,
No
my friend.
homo, but I love you, Bacon. We're
Love you.
sitting at 1282.
Love you too, brother. Ay, Dios.
Guys are the best.
Ties are the best. Thank you to our all our subscribers. 1282 and still this is just the beginning. I told y'all, if you thought what you're listening to and viewing is wild now,
Wait till Bacon takes his shirt off.
as a matter of fact,
Oh, here we go.
matter of fact, you brought this on yourself.
You see what I'm talking about? He went off air. He hung up the phone. He hung up the phone. He left me all by himself. Bacon is naked. Mi gente. We'll see you guys on Friday. Oh my God.